Well, did you know that actress Kajol is UN ambassador for sanitation and hygiene? Well, she's at the Global Citizens Concert, sharing the platform with Beyonce, Michelle Obama, Malala Yousafzai. Barkhadat caught up with her.
You've heard the pundits, you've heard the politicians, and now you may want to step back and get some relief from it all and actually look at some of the social issues at the United Nations that pull in some of the most famous names from across the world. So from Shakira to Beyonce to our very own Kajol, you've got it all here happening in New York. What brings you to the United Nations again and again? You know, I'm here every year. I obviously come to cover the politics, but I have now seen, this is your third year here. What brings you here?
Well, I'm officially coming in for my charity, which is Help a Child Reach 5, sponsored by Lifebuoy. And that's the official reason. But unofficially, I'm coming here only to hear just how much good there is in the world and what everybody's been talking about. And it's really awesome to stand here among all these people and hear how they're going to be tackling the problems rather than talking about the problems themselves, you know, which is what we keep reading about in the newspapers. And you're like, it's such a hopeful feeling to stand here and hear about you talk about like all the different countries and you talk about each one of them saying that yes, we have this problem, we acknowledge it, and this is what we're doing to tackle it, and this is how we brought it under control, and this is what we're planning to do next year. So I think unofficially that's the reason that I'm here. So officially it's for Help a Child Reach 5.
So you actually feel a kind of sense of optimism or an idealism in the energy here.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely like that. And it's, you go back feeling like it's not the Temple of Doom and the world is not going to end, very soon according to the apocalypse or the tsunami or whatever. So we are doing something about it.
So tell us about Help a Child Reach 5. I mean, I obviously know that it's about child mortality. It's about enabling children to at least survive till the age of 5, and what a depressing thought that is, that they don't, that 17,000 kids are actually dying every day in India because of child mortality. What drew you to this cause in particular? I mean, you could have picked up a bunch of causes. We now have ambassadors for many things. But if you tell somebody, okay, I'm talking about hygiene and hand washing, they might turn around and say, Kajol, is that really the most serious issue?
Yeah, exactly. Right? It's silly. I mean, that was the problem that we faced when we started this whole program. That was one of the first problems that we faced as this thing. I was like, everybody looked at me and like, are you seriously going to be saying that? Are you seriously standing up for that? But the reason why I am standing up for hand washing is because I truly believe that it is the simplest and most effective measure to curb this particular statistic, to stop making it a statistic and make it an incident instead. The fact that simple hand washing with soap can actually prevent more than, we had an experiment going on in Tesgora where we brought down the child mortality from 36% to 5% within a year. So, I mean, that is the kind of statistic we're talking about in one village. I mean, imagine that implemented across the globe, across God knows how many hundreds of countries. So, I mean, we're talking about simply teaching them the habit of washing their hands with soap 5 times a day at 5 different places. And honestly, when you think of that and you think about how many children are dying unnecessarily, when we're speaking about, the first 28 days especially, when the baby is at its weakest.
Yeah, newborns.
Yeah, newborns. Yeah. And that's where 40% of the deaths occur. Exactly, diarrhea and pneumonia. Yeah. So that's really all we need to do. We need to change one habit. And I honestly believe that we can make the difference. I honestly believe it's unnecessary.